Thanks for asking. When I do, I will go to you.
Great.
Thank you.
I believe everyone is served tea.
Yeah.
And we're ready.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the Temple of Opulence.
Let's make it rain.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. A few ground rules for the Temple of Opulence. This is not a fast food joint. No food, please. If there's food, please take it out. I'm not talking about you snacks over there. I'm just talking about actual human eating food. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, you made it. You're here. And to remember this moment, I have here money. And I'm going to put in this money my gratitude. And let's all set our own intentions. You got your intention? Okay. We're imbuing this money with opulence. You're in the Temple of Opulence. Soak it up. We are wishing you great fortunes in all forms, putting it into this coin. And remember, you are here now. If you ever have any problems, remember this. You are here now. The incantation to myself is, I am here now. 4 simple words. I am here now. Go ahead and say them. I am here now. This is actually the solution to all of your problems. Because none of your problems are here. They're only over there. Or back there. Or later. Or used to. Right now, true or false? You got no problems. I mean, look at where we are. I am here now. So here in this coin is imbued opulence. Here in this coin is the essence of I am here now.
I am
Here
here
now. H-E-R-E. I am here now. You're here now. You made it. Welcome. Welcome. You look like money. You smell like money. You walk like money. You talk like money. You are money. Who can tell me what is money?
Energy.
Money is energy. What else?
Fungible.
Money is fungible. Very good. What else?
resource.
Please enter or exit. You shall not stand in the door.
Money is sexy.
Money is sexy. Very good.
Money is powerful.
Money is powerful.
Money is ever flowing.
Money is ever flowing.
Money is unequal.
Money is unequal.
Money is not real.
Money is not real.
Money is energy.
Money is energy.
Money is real.
Money is real.
Money is not energy.
Money is real. Money is not nation. Very good.
Money is nothing.
Money is nothing.
And everything.
Okay. If you're taking notes, now's the time. I'm about to tell you what money is. And once you know what money is, it no longer controls you. You can have it, but it can't have you. The power it holds over you will go away when you say this one thing. Money is. Are you ready? Say yes.
Yes.
Money is.
Money is.
Okay. I'm about to tell you, and this is a very powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing, so I have to say what Peter Parker's uncle said to him when he got bit by a spider. Okay? With great power comes great responsibility. Okay, so now hold up your right hand, please. I, and then say your name. Do solemnly swear. To use the powers I learned today. For good and not evil. Okay, now take your right hand. Bring it over to your shoulder. Grab the seatbelt, pull it down, buckle up. We're about to get started. Let's go. Okay. You could use that one. All right. Here it is. Money is just money. That's it. Write that down. You don't know how powerful this is. If you don't realize you just got $1 million gift, I'm going to say it again. Money is just money. And now I'm going to say it slowly. Money is just money. That's it. There's an abbreviated form of this mantra. It's called, it's just money. And you can say it with a little sass too. It's just money.
It's just money.
If you're ever freaking out about money, it's just money. If you ever don't have any money, it's just money. All right. I had a fun little experiment the other day. We were going into the Medina. I was on time to the taxis. Everyone was there. We were loading up and I did one of these. Uh-oh. I didn't have any money. Now, don't get me wrong. I got money, but I didn't have money. So I got into the taxi and I prayed to my Creator. I said, please take care of me today. I didn't even have nothing. No card, no license. How did I survive? There I was, shocked, scared. My heart was beating out of my chest because I didn't have any money. But then I remembered, it's just money. And then I remembered, money is literally everywhere. I saw something that sparkled, and I was like, where's money? And then I saw a vision. Monica. I said, Monica, I need your support. And she said, Majeed, what is it? And I said, I need money, honey. And she's like, I got you. How much do you need? And like the universe, she just provided. Boom.
That was my money.
It's true.
Later that day.
It came from my account.
Later that day, we were sitting around. We had a little bit of time to spare. We had about 15 minutes waiting for our taxi. And I looked at Connor, who had cornrows just like me. See, Connor and I, we've become hair brothers. And when I make a move with the hair, Connor's like, I got you. When I was in the Medina on the Amazing Race, and I said, I realize we're in a race, and me getting cornrows has nothing to do with anything, but it's happening now, and Connor was like, I'll take braids too. In his signature calm and confident voice. So I looked over to Connor and I said, Connor, we got 15 minutes. Let's go get a haircut. He said, okay, good. And I said, but on one condition. I don't have any money. Can you take care of me? And in my little voice, I said, Daddy, like that. And he said, I got you. Later that night, so Connor, thank you very much for providing for me. Later that night, we were entranced, mesmerized by the jumping and the singing and the playing and the bouncing and the drumming. And then they wanted 800 dirham. And I said, please, I don't have my wallet. Harrison, $75 US appeared out of thin air because I know that there's always more money. I know that there's literally money floating around everywhere. I'm not scared. It's just money. Now, that was sort of like a religious experience for me. I went into the world without a wallet, and I was supported and taken care of. Can you imagine yourself going out into the world without money and knowing that no matter what, you're supported and taken care of? I recommend believing in a higher power. And I have a special name for my higher power. The special name for my higher power, and you're willing to, you can take this if you like, and if you want to go run with it and build a whole religion around it. The principle is the universe is my sugar daddy. And when I see beautiful things appear for me, I thank Daddy. I thank Daddy. And I say, thank you, Daddy. And so I don't know about you. When I was growing up and I wanted something, I knew how to get it. You just ask Daddy, and he provides. And now I'm a grown-ass man. I'm still doing the same thing. Sugar Daddy just has an endless supply of money. So the first phrase I got for you is called, it's just money. Money is just money. Here's my second phrase for you. Whenever a bill comes, whenever something expensive comes at you, you say, good thing I'm rich. You weren't expecting to pay for the Friday night's performance? Well, good thing I'm rich. Now, here's where I get to share my trigger warning. You guys might, some of you might already have your heart pumping out of your chest saying, oh no, but I'm not rich. But I'm not rich. So here's what I'm going to suggest you do while I'm spitting these beliefs. I'm going to suggest that you consider that beliefs are interchangeable, just like an article of clothing. You can take them off, you can put a new one on, see how it fits, see if you like it, change it if you don't like it, it's up to you. If something I say doesn't feel true, you can feel what that means for you, because I'm not only speaking truth, I'm speaking beliefs that I have picked up and like wearing around. In fact, I'll go so far as to say that beliefs don't even need to be true. They should just be useful. I have a useful belief. My useful belief is that there is a sugar daddy in the clouds who pours money on me when I ask for it. Is that true? I cannot verify it. But it's useful for me to believe. I have another belief. It's called, there's always more money. You can write that one down too. That's a good one. There's always more money. Now, I've run out of money before, and every single time I have run out of money, more came from somewhere. In fact, every dollar I've ever made, I've spent, except for the few that I still have, because there's always more money. Now, does this feel true if I say, good thing I'm rich? Well, let me ask you. Joe, that's a mighty fine arm you got there. You been working out?
Today, no.
Today? No, well, that's a not worked out arm, and it looks great. Now, Joe, if I came to you and I only had one arm like this, and I said, I am very wealthy and I have lots of money and I have a fine surgeon at the capital of Morocco and he is going to allow me to surgically attach any arm I like, and I like your arm. Would you sell me your arm, seriously, for $10,000? No. Now, if I told you it would be totally painless, I have the best surgeon in the land, and we would cut, you'd be under anesthetic, you'd wake up and you have this adorable little bump, but no hand, no arms, no fingers. Would you give it to me for $10,000?
I would have my arm 3D printed, and I would take $100,000 from you.
So you would do a left arm for $100,000.
But it would be a 3D printing version of this.
Uh-huh.
So I get to keep my arm, and I would take $100,000 from you.
So you would be willing.
That's my pitch to you.
Okay, so you would be willing to sell me your actual arm for $100,000?
No, a replica. This is not any arm.
Oh no, I'm not looking for a replica. I'm looking for a real arm. Would you give me your real arm for $100,000?
No.
Would you give me your actual real arm for $1 million? No. Now let me tempt you with $10 million. You could do a lot for $10 million. You could buy a lot of cocaine for $10 million. I don't know about you guys. You do the math in your head with money. You always you convert it into cocaine. That's how it works. How many pounds? Okay. What did you convert it into? You could buy a lot of arms. So, but seriously, if I paid $10 million, would anybody here? We got a lot of good-looking arms in here. Would anybody actually give me your arm, and you would never have an arm again for the rest of your life? You would have one and two legs, and $10 million. Would anybody here actually take $10 million?
Never.
Okay, this might get awkward, but what if I gave you $100 million? Seriously, $100 million. You just give me one arm. You still got another one.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so let's do the math here. Your arm. Listen carefully, please. Your arm is worth to you over $100 million. Raise your $100 million arm if that's true. Your arm is worth to you over $100 million?
More.
Okay, raise your other arm if your other arm is also worth more than $100 million to you. Okay. So if I'm just going to extrapolate the value of your other limbs, you've got at least a $400 million net worth already, right? Congratulations, you just got richer. Okay, here's my get rich quick scheme. Keep your limbs and reevaluate the value of what you already have in your life, and you just got richer. Say yes. Okay, now another scenario. If I would give you $10 million to sit in a room for one day, 24 hours, and all you could have was water, would you do it for $10 million? 24 hours in a room with water.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if I told you the next day you would die?
No.
No. I wouldn't do it.
So you're saying a day is worth $10 million? More than $10 million? One day is worth more than $10 million to you?
Are you gonna die either way in this next day?
Yeah, you're dead either way. It's your last day on earth. Would you take 10 million?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it away.
But you can't give it away.
Then it's less.
So your time is worth a lot to you. Your body is worth a lot to you. What you have is worth a lot to you. Anybody here have children? I do. They're adorable. I can't say the exact number I would sell them for, but it's high. But it's very high. Okay? All right?
The exact number.
6 counts.
And 2 goats. 3 origami.
All right. So seriously, let's talk about money mindset for wealth and abundance. Let me start by giving you the master key. Can everyone please imagine grabbing a golden key out of the sky and turning it to unlock all mindsets? Here is the master key. First, you must know that beliefs are changeable. If you don't believe that beliefs are changeable, you're not going to make much progress with the mindset. So the foundational belief is that beliefs are changeable, just like articles of clothing. I went on to say that it doesn't even need to be true. It should just be useful. I believe truly that there is a sugar daddy in the sky. That's useful for me. Now the caveat is, please don't take beliefs that are harmful to other people. That's my warning. But your beliefs don't need to be real. They don't need to be true. You need to understand what they are, though. So if I asked you, what is the underlying belief that is causing you to act this way? What is the underlying belief that is causing you to feel this way? So that we can name the belief. And then I can ask you, what's the other belief or what's a different belief that would make you feel differently? So we have to first believe that beliefs are changeable. We have to be able to name the belief. Then we have to be able to try on the new belief. Has anybody heard of the belief that the whole universe is conspiring for your highest good? I haven't verified if that one's true, but I love it. It's like when I leave the room, everybody's whispering, and they're like, how do we make Majeed's day amazing? And they come up with plans, and they come up, and I'm like, how did you know that I needed that now? Even the painful stuff, I get to go somehow, some way, and I haven't figured out how yet. This is for me. Thanks, Daddy. So, how did I become the resident in the temple of opulence? How did I become this wealthy, wealthy man? Well, like you, when I was born in a house full of love, didn't have a whole lot of money. We were poor. My father, an immigrant from Iran. My mother, a German, Polish, white girl from Chicago. They met at Burger King, working minimum wage. She put the salt on the fries. He was her manager. And he said, that's too salty, baby. You don't need to be so salty. And they fell in love. Everything was good until one mouth to feed turned into 2 mouths to feed, turned into 3 mouths to feed, until all of a sudden, this little boy, saw my father yelling at my mother when she would go to the thermostat and say, Bubba, I'm so cold. And she would turn up the heat, and he would say, Nakon guli. That's what he would say. Nakon means stop it, and guli was what he called it. Nakon guli, turn the temperature down. We can't afford it. We can't afford it to be hot. Put a sweater on. Now, those of you who live in the desert, you don't know what it's like to be cold.
We know.
You know what it's like to be cold.
Yes.
But do you know what it's like to watch your father yell at your mother for changing the temperature on the thermostat?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. When we used to open the front door, when we would open the front door on the house on a hot day, my dad would run in slow motion like Arnold Schwarzenegger to the helicopter to close the fucking door. We're not air conditioning the outside. Because he could feel the pain of the money leaving the house. When we were driving as a family to a restaurant for dinner, nobody was talking in the car because we were nervous, because we knew what was about to happen. We sit down, and my dad asks, what's on sale? He doesn't say what's the special. He says what's on sale at the restaurant. And it's like half-price appetizers. And I was like, I'll get the potato skins for dinner. And then everyone would order what they would want. And then he would look at the menu and see like, because my dad ordered food from the right side of the menu. That's where the prices are. Now he grew up reading Farsi. They read on the right side, but that's not why he was doing it. He was doing it because he bought for the price. Now, as a young boy seeking the love of his father, I wanted to make him proud, so I would shop not at Christian Dior or Louis Vuitton. I would shop at the Salvation Army. Coming home with a suit that didn't fit and was torn, but it didn't care because what I was proud of was the price. Dad, I got this suit for $3. That's my boy. I went to the garage sales and I bought things that should have been sold for higher prices at very low prices that I didn't need, but my dad was so proud because I got a good deal. We heard about rich people and their fancy cars and their vacations. I'm pretty sure they're all thieves, crooks. I remember my Persian uncle, Amu Nader, point at the house at the top of the hill, and he said, they drive Mercedes and BMW, and they are doctors. And I wasn't sure if what he just told me was a crime, that it was a bad thing, because it sounded pretty bad. What does it mean to drive a Mercedes and a BMW or to be a doctor? Sounds like they're crooks and they're criminals. Because we were good people and we did not have money. That's where we started. Where we are now is I'm happy to say when I'm on a phone call with the client, the investment is only $120,000. How would you like to take care of that? Bank transfer or credit card? Where we are today is I can stand in a mansion in Portugal in front of a room of my clients where I have a hired chef, a hired videographer, a hired photographer, and I'm passing out fine folders with gold embossed logos with inside them a contract for $25,000 that I get to fly home with, signed contracts for $150,000 sold. Where we are now is I get to stand on a stage for a room full of 200 doctors in Toronto and come down from the stage $250,000 richer. What I love about what I sell is I don't even give them anything. They give me money and I shake their hand. I used to think this was stealing. How could it be that they're giving me so much money and I'm not even giving them anything? They're not getting anything. I had to change a lot of beliefs. I had to get my mind to the point that the more they pay, the more they're getting. Not the more they pay, the more I'm hurting them. Because when I was a kid, spending money hurts. And so why would I want to hurt the people that I love? I love my clients. If I really loved them, I would discount for them. It's a favor. Now I'd never discount because I never would rob them of the depth of investment available to them. I would never rob them of my most excellent world-class work. I used to rob my clients by giving it away for free. I would give them the same exact advice I give today for $25,000. And they would nod their head and they would say, that's really interesting, thanks. And then they would do nothing. And they would continue to suffer. I can give them the same solution and be willing to receive, allowing them to invest a significant amount of money, and it changes their life. The more you charge, the more they get. Now, if you go to the Medina, you can get a fabulous jalebi for the equivalent of $3. Or you can get one with a story and pay $30. Or you can get a one-of-a-kind, luxurious, silk from a faraway land, stitched by hand by the finest tailor, made by a magical woman who speaks 5 languages, born in Morocco, living in Mexico. She speaks Portuguese, French, Arabic, English, Spanish, and the language of love. Today's presentation is sponsored by our one and only Yasmina. Would you please tell us the story of what you're wearing here?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so that was unexpected.
Oh.
But,
Please don't catch on fire. It's behind you.
Candles.
Yeah.
So this is a kaftan that comes from the 80s. And I travel around 3 cities in Marrakesh, in Morocco. Marrakesh, Rabat, and Fez, in order to find the old kaftan that have been worn by women between the 60s to the 90s. Because like this part of the time was so beautiful in Morocco. If Saint Laurent was coming here and all like this amazing designer were coming in Morocco and like redesigning the clothes by getting inspired by our culture, our heritage. So what really triggered me is like when you wear a kaftan once, because of the society, the Moroccan woman doesn't wear it like 2 times, 3 times, because it's not well seen to wear kaftans in the wedding many times. So they just put it in their closet and they leave it for years. So what I rediscovered is once you start traveling and finding the families, the dealers, you can find some unique pieces where the silk got purchased at this time that doesn't exist anymore right now. And they were like taking the silk from Italy, from Asia, from all over the world in order to make the kaftans coming to life by master tailor in Morocco. And this is the story of this brand, is to bring back the authenticity of the Moroccan culture in a new era, in an era of the bohemian lifestyle, but while respecting our ancestors and while respecting the native people from Morocco that knows how to customize the unique costumes that we can wear. And it's a very powerful kaftans because once you wear it, you feel very goddess or king or queen, and you can just walk with your silk kimono on like amazing spaces like the Temple of Opulence and feel just amazing. So the importance of this brand is also to, as a Moroccan, to give it to the foreigners, but since it's coming from me, I think it's also a way to teach about cultural appropriation. And yes, Yeder, this is the name of the brand. It's in Berber, which is unbroken spirit and giving a second life. So this is a Yeder brand. And it's all about this collection is to have the gold inside, which is like the specific silk that comes from the 60s to the 90s. So if you want to try it and feel empowered, you're welcome to.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a collection of robes for you that you can purchase here. And my plan is to work your money mindset into believing that you're so wealthy that you'll probably buy all of them. You can take a seat now. Thank you. Money is what?
Just money.
Money is
Just money.
just money. Now, sometimes I experience money like a sexy woman. And there's nothing I love in this world more than a sexy woman. But a sexy woman's got me in a lot of trouble too. So, in my wisdom, my advice for those of you who are entranced and enchanted by sexy women, follow this advice. Appreciate it. Look, but don't look too hard. Be entranced, but don't be bewitched. I want to demonstrate. Will you please make a little bit of the room in the center here? We're going to have 2 sexy women join you right in the center here. Go ahead. Pay close attention.
Money coming in abundance. 10, 20, 50, mostly hundreds. Get it just to give it
Woo!
a
Yes.
the freedom that it come with. Money coming in
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just love the freedom.
Bring me the money. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Lonely, no, it keep me company. Get comfortable living uncomfortably. Normalize $1 million day. I'm a man.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
I gotta pay just to double up and give
Okay.
I was only trying to spread the wealth. Had to help myself so I can be some help. I can't go back broke cause I know what I felt. And I wouldn't wish that on nobody else. It's a vibe, it's a frequency. It's going moving me to be. It keep coming to me frequently. Money talks love when it speaks to me. Real estate, crypto, and stocks. NFT, look for the drops. Currency, no, it don't stop. It's in rotation a lot. I removed all money blocks. I post a link you can shop. My pleasure.
Oh my goodness. My heart is pounding so hard. How did that make you feel? How did that make you feel?
Small deals.
It's not, size doesn't matter. Huh? Playful, rapturous.
A little bit scandalous.
A little bit scandalous.
Naughty, dirty.
Especially when Morocco using Moroccan.
Dirty
But
rich. What? I want to get near the money.
maybe we can give this money to somebody in need.
Maybe we can give it to somebody.
Are we taking them back?
Yeah, it actually comes to us. We're keeping it.
Are we keeping them?
Somebody is. Somebody's going to get this money. Okay, let's talk about some terms here. We have the word money. We already know what money is. Money is what?
Dirty.
No, money is?
money.
Money is?
Just money.
It's just money. What's this other word? There's another word here. The word is, there's a word called cash. What is cash?
Rules everything around me.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream got the money. Dollar, dollar. Cash is a physical representation of money. It is dollar bills, y'all.
Trust.
Now, this particular bill has had an interesting life.
It's touched thousands of hands.
It was printed by some government that said, trust me, this is worth something. We'll back it up with something else. We'll trade it for something else. Usually that something else is gold. Disturbing the peace. Now, long ago, gold was the standard of trade because a pound of gold is a pound of gold. But it became so heavy to carry gold all the time. You want to do your groceries, you got to carry your gold around. So they said, why don't we make a little light piece of paper that is equivalent to the gold and say, you can trade us back for the gold later. We'll hold the gold. So they printed the money and they held the gold. And then one day, some brilliant banker was like, let's do something else. How about instead of making it worth gold, why don't we just pretend it's worth like whatever we say it is? And we could just keep printing as much as we want. And the government was like, this is a great idea. We have printers. And they started printing more, and then $100 was worth an ounce of gold. And then $200 was an ounce of gold, and $500 was an ounce of gold, and $1,000 was an ounce of gold. They kept printing more money. Now, people who don't understand this, they say, gold is getting more valuable. Look at the number go up. Nope, gold's been the same the whole time. They're just printing more money. And in the last 3 years, the United States of America printed more dollars than they ever have in the history of dollars. Trillions on trillions on trillions. They would have the biggest dollar party, which is why all the prices seem to be going up. Why is everything so expensive? Well, because the government was like, let's just print a lot of money, right? Except nowadays, they don't even print. They just go to the computer and they go, I'm adding zeros, and it's legal. Now, what's actually happening there, since they're printing more money or adding more currency to the circulation, is they're actually kind of going into your bank account and taking a little bit. Now, the number stays the same in your bank account, but they're saying, oh yeah, that $1,000 that you had yesterday, it just doesn't buy as much anymore. Kind of like stealing a little bit. This is happening. It's okay. We can be mad about it or we can get rich with it. Which one do you prefer? So how do you get rich when the government's printing more money than it ever has before? Well, you're going to want to hold a lot of debt. Because when you hold debt, you pay it back in money that's worth less later. You attach that debt to real assets like real estate with leverage. Now, leverage is what rich people call debt. Rich people don't have debt. They have leverage.
I don't understand.
Pay very close to the words. Rich people call it debt. Sorry, poor people call it debt. And they say, debt is bad and cut up your credit cards. And rich people say, we better leverage the shit out of ourselves because the government is printing a lot of money and we're going to want to get rich now. We can't change the government from printing money, but we can get rich on it. I'm going to explain it a little bit more detail and then I'm going to move on. And I'll do like a deeper dive later. I'll explain it one more time. So let's say you buy a house that's worth $100,000. You go to the bank and you say, I'm going to be a homeowner. I'm going to take $10,000 of my dollars and borrow $90,000 from the bank. You know what that mortgage, right? You with me? Yeah. Okay. And then inflation happens. Now, inflation, people think is like a law of nature, like spring follows the winter, like it just happens. But inflation comes because the government's like, we need more money, let's print more. We need more money, let's print more. So everything becomes more expensive because the value of a house doesn't actually change, but the value of the dollar changes. So it looks like it's getting more expensive, but it's just the value of the dollar is going down. You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the same exact house that's really worth the same exact thing is now selling for $150,000, right? Mm-hmm. So how did we benefit from that? Well, we still owe $90,000, but our asset is now worth $50,000. So our $10,000 investment just became a $50,000 increase in value. Now, 5 years later, when we're paying back the $90,000, we're paying it back in values that are worth less. Mm-hmm. And that's how we get rich. So there's a couple of mindsets to notice here. One mindset is debt is bad. If you ever heard that before, raise your hand. Debt is bad. Credit cards are bad. Rich people have a lot of debt, but they don't call it debt. They call it leverage. Rich people don't have budgets. They have spending forecasts. They have plans for their money. A budget is a restriction. I can't. I'm on a budget. You can say that's not my forecast, but I can allocate some leverage. Finance bro just walked in the room. Change the words because the words are a reflection of your beliefs. So, money mindset. I am, these are very powerful words. I am poor. I am broke. Ouch, double ouch. No, thank you. You won't hear those words from me because I'm rich. I got 2 arms and 2 legs, and 2 kids. But I'm open to trade. Not my arms, though. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll keep the arms. So don't say I am poor. Say I am making more money. Now, an interesting thing happened in this very room. A $1,000 robe went from impossible to purchase to purchased. How? Well, we were looking at these fine things and we were pretending to be shopping. You ever go to like the Louis Vuitton store and you like put stuff on, you're like, I'm pretending, but there's no way I'm buying this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yep. Some of us, that's the closest we ever get to owning Louis. It feels so good for that moment. By the way, side note, I love having a sensual experience with a product and then not buying it. It's very enriching. Take a Ferrari for a test drive and say, thank you very much. I'm a Ferrari owner for this moment, and now is the only real time. So, Justine, the queen bean. I elected myself as like the helper of the sales situation, and I was like, Justine, you got to buy that robe. It's the best robe. You just look, it's made for you. You couldn't possibly get another robe. That's amazing. And she's like, do you know how much this thing costs? She said it costs $1,000, and I said, holy shit, take that off. Don't touch it. You're gonna rip it. And then I remembered, there's always more money. Good thing I'm rich. And then she said, no, really, Majeed, like I literally don't have that money. So I went into mindset mode. I say, well, if you did have the money, would you want it? Well, fucking I want it, yes. Okay, well, if it was like raining cash right now, would you buy it? Hell yeah, I would. Why would you buy it? Now I'm trying to get her sold on it. Like, well, because it's gorgeous, because it's one of a kind. Why else would you buy it? Because I want to support Fatima? Okay. Are you open? Oh, sorry. Yasmina, excuse me. Yasmina, excuse me. Yasmina. Okay, are you open to the possibility that you could make an extra $1,000 this week? Let me ask you the same question. Are you open to the possibility that you could make an extra $1,000 this week? Okay. Are you open to the possibility that you could make an extra $1,000 this week without breaking the law? Yes. Okay, we're still good then. So we sat on that very golden couch. And I said, okay, so what do you sell? And she's like, I have my job, okay. What else? I sell like a dating coaching service. Now, I'm a broken single man, so she has my attention. Dating coaching service, tell me. And she's like, well, I got this $100 thing, and I got this $200 thing, and I got this $528 thing. You know how spiritual girls are like, they have like special numbers for their prices? 528, right? Okay.
Heart frequency.
Oh, it's the heart frequency. Okay, yeah. Well, could you lower my frequency to $350? All right. So she says something dating profile, something coaching session, something $528. And I said, sold. Because I'm a broken single man and you can fix me for only $528. Sold. And then I said, see what just happened? We're halfway there. And now I'm on a roll. I'm like, where is the extra money? Where is the rest of the money? Okay? Turns out the money was in the room. I had only to turn to the most handsome man in the room. I said, Joe, you're single, right? And he was like, well, who's asking? I said, Joe, do you ever do the dating apps? And he's like, no. Apparently handsome men don't have to do the apps. It's broken single guys like me gotta pay for premium and all this shit. Okay, so Joe says no. And I said, well, would you be open to meeting the love of your life? An angel walking into your life with the swipe of an app. And he cautiously said, I'm open. Okay, now I get the heart of an entrepreneur. I say, Joe, how much is it costing you right now to not have a girlfriend? Then he realizes the presence of the perfect woman makes a man rich in all ways. I said, imagine, Joe, that the perfect woman walks into your life and that $1 million deal you're working on becomes a $100 million deal because she is the muse in your life. Now we just went from 528 megahertz to $100 million. I said, Joe, for the low price of $528, you can get a dating app, something, dating coach, something, from Justine. And Joe says, I want it because. Now here's the thing. People buy things for their own reasons, not yours. Joe had a different reason than me. My reason was I'm broken and I'm externalizing the fixing here. Joe's reason is, Joe said, I'll do it just because I want to support Justine. Just because I want to support Justine. All right? And in that moment, 2 transactions were made, $1,056. That's doubled my heart frequency, okay? $1,056 were made, sold, transacted, money moved in less than 5 minutes. Give her a round of applause. And now she's wearing the proof. So here's what I want you to know from that story. There's money floating all over all the time because everyone's got problems. And money flows to problems because every time the money changes hands, every time this little guy is traded, there's a conversation said. I have money, you have a solution to my problem. Will you please take my money for the solution to my problem? You say yes.
Yes.
And that's because you value the money more than the cost of your solution. And I value the solution more than the money. And we're both winning every time it trades. And every time, you hand it to Olivia. And now both parties are better off. And you hand it, oh, can't. I just literally don't have the money. Like, you don't even know. Like, I just can't. And then I told you this scenario. Imagine your child was kidnapped. And you got a ransom letter. And the ransom letter says, we are going to murder your child in 24 hours unless you come up with $5,000. Are you telling me that your child would be dead tomorrow? Because there's no way you can come up with $5,000? Or are you just telling me that your child is more important to you than hiring me as your coach? Which is totally fine, because I get it. I'm not as important as the death of your child. But what you're really telling me is it's just not that important. And then they get really mad. They're like, you're a child murderer. And I'm like, you're missing the point. I'm trying to help you see something here. It's just not that important. So take responsibility. Don't say, I can't afford it, I don't have the money. I wish I could, I really do. Now it's hard when your friend says, let's go to Ibiza. The big DJ's coming to Ibiza. And you say, oh my God, I wish I could. Oh, man, I can't afford it. No, it's not as important as saving the life of my child to go to Ibiza, because if it was, you would. Now, I have installed a few beliefs about money that have served me well. One of them got me here. The belief that got me here is there's always money for travel. I don't care what the opportunity is. If I want to go, there's money. There's money. It was May 2020. There I was sitting in my apartment. I got the call when my best friends died. Cancer. I was contemplating a trip to Austin, Texas. And my immediate reaction to hearing the news that my friend died was, I'm taking the trip. Life's short, baby. YOLO. Do the things that you want to do. And figure out a way to make it happen. There is a way to make it happen at any price. Now you might not think, yeah, but I couldn't create $1 million thing. But I bet you tell me any $1 million thing, $10 million thing, $100 million thing, $1 billion thing, and we can come up with a plan in less than 10 minutes. Because there's money everywhere. Now, here's a belief that I have that you might find offensive because it's very confronting. And the belief is the amount of money that you have right now is exactly the amount of money that you actually want. And that's because sometimes we get love, affection through sympathy. That's because sometimes we get those chemicals that we're addicted to, the stress, the chaos, the sadness. Because we look at our bank account and we get to feel that feeling again. Oh, whatever that feeling is that you have with the money. There's an effect called the financial thermostat. This fly is stealing my show.
Get it out.
Okay, let me show you how this works. When you have money that's way too low, something happens, you bring it back up. Raise your hand if that's true in your life. You have a certain setting. Okay, so the amount of money that you have in your bank account right now is the setting. For some of you, it's 0. For some of you, it's negative 20,000. For some of you, it's positive 20,000. You know, I have a very good friend who lives like a queen, lives like a millionaire, and her thermostat is set at negative 200,000. She carries a negative $200,000 debt. Now, for me, that would make me feel really uncomfortable. But for her, that's okay. And when she gets a lot of money, she doesn't want to bring her debt to 0. She wants to take another trip or buy another thing. Now, how do you feel about that? Are you judging that? Does that feel wrong to you? Does that feel irresponsible? Does that feel scary to carry $200,000 in debt? Do you feel like you're like burning the money? How do you feel when money burns?
It's illegal to burn money. Yes, it's illegal.
I have a belief that if you're not breaking a law, you're not having that much fun.
Okay.
How does it feel to burn money?
That's so hardcore. That's a lot for me, actually.
Yeah, actually, this is a meal for a person here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is. Now, if you didn't like that, You're going to hate this.
Oh shit.
Oh, stop it. For real?
True or false? This is my money. I can do whatever I want with it. I could spend it on a $1,000 kimono. My brother-in-law has a Ferrari. You know how much it costs to get the tune-up? $40,000. How many meals is my brother-in-law's tune-up? Now, if this bothers you, you'll never forget. I promise this will be unforgettable. I'm just kidding. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Shake it out. Shake it out. Okay. That's how my dad feels when you ask for supersize at McDonald's. You're burning money. What are you doing? That's how, in my family, that's how my parents felt when I brought my dinner table, my dinner plate with half of the food uneaten. They were like, you have to eat all of that food. Think of the starving people in Morocco.
No, it's not a joke. I feel very
Yeah.
strong about it.
I understand. And when I was in Carbondale, Illinois, in my little three-bedroom apartment, my little three-bedroom house, me eating or not eating the rest of the food on my plate feeds no Moroccans.
No, but you burning it rather than going to the streets and giving it to
Yes.
the first person that is in
Yes.
need would have been better, and just explaining it with
Yes.
your words than
Yeah.
burning it.
So what does that make me? Majeed is?
Making me very angry. Right
Yes.
now.
Good. Good. Good.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So your beliefs are showing. Is this belief helping?
I don't see it right now.
Let me ask you something you might see. Does it feel good to have your belief?
I am not understanding the question.
Are you feeling good right now?
I'm feeling angry.
Okay. Would you like to have a different feeling?
Yes.
Okay, this is how you change beliefs. What would you need to feel, what would you need to believe in order to feel totally unbothered by me burning all this money? Oh, Jesus. What would you need to believe in order to feel safe in the presence of burning money? You guys get this question?
Yeah.
What would you need to believe in order to feel safe in the presence of burning money?
There is a bunch of money.
Comes in.
Money is abundant.
Money is abundant. There's more money.
That these people are also able to tap into this abundance of money.
Yeah.
People will be cared for.
What's that?
People will still be cared for.
People will still be cared for. Good. Okay? Your belief doesn't need to be true. But if you can choose beliefs, why not choose the ones that are useful? The beliefs don't need to be true, but if you can choose the beliefs, why not choose the ones that feel good? I promise you, if you believe that anytime anybody wastes 50 dirham or 20 dirham or whatever it was, if you believe that every time that's wasted, that someone is suffering in Morocco, that belief is going to hurt a lot because you're going to see it all the time. And you can keep your belief. It's yours to keep. Would you like to hear a belief that will probably upset almost everybody here? You might even think that if I believe that, I'm a bad person.
Yes.
Okay. This is an edge for me. This is an edge for me because I really want you to like me. Okay? I really want you to like me, and I almost won't share this one with you. But I'm not going to tell you if I believe this belief or not. But I'm going to tell you this is a belief that you can try on, and you might find it very itchy. You might want to take it off. But you also might leave it on for a minute. Poor people, I don't even like starting like that. There's no such thing as poor people. I'm not going to call them poor people. I'm going to say people who don't have very much money.
Yes.
This is a belief that you can try on to see how it feels. It's probably going to feel a little itchy. People who don't have a lot of money, are... Okay, you finish the sentence first, and then I'll tell you my belief. People who don't have a lot of money are...
Happy.
Happy. Oh, wow, how interesting.
Yeah.
People who don't have a lot of money are...
Wonderful people.
Wonderful people. Are
Choosing not to have a lot of money.
choosing not to have a lot of money.
Because they are happy. Yeah, about
Okay?
this I don't know.
Okay? People who don't have a lot of money are,
Four.
huh? Poor?
Free.
Free?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. People who don't have a lot of money, and that feels true for you, are free, right?
From my own experience, the people that I have seen that experience more joy and freedom are people that live the simplest.
Okay,
Let's burn all the money.
good. Yes.
But there is a difference
Yeah,
between simpleness and
There's a lot of people that don't have a lot of money also work free.
precarity and simpleness.
Good.
Misery and yeah.
Good. Your beliefs are showing. I see them.
So, or either you choose to not chase money,
Yes.
so you live in a state of happiness
Yes.
because you choose simple life.
Yes. Yes.
Or life is against you.
Yes.
Say.
What an or, what an or, what an or. You either choose the simple life or.
Or life.
Oh, what a tough choice, huh? You could be simple and happy, or. Allow me to introduce you to the 2x2 matrix. There are 4 quadrants in this 2x2 matrix. You can be poor, and you can be rich, and you can be happy, and you can be unhappy. So you can be poor and unhappy. That is the worst. Being unhappy and poor sucks a lot. You can be poor and happy, and you know what I'm talking about, poor and happy. The people who don't have a lot of money, and they're happy. Beautiful. They're free. They're simple, right? You could be rich and unhappy. You've seen that too, right? Have you seen rich and unhappy?
Oh yes, a lot.
You've seen rich and unhappy. The 4th quadrant, you can be rich and happy. Don't knock until you try it. Don't knock until you try it. So this is not a binary, I'm either poor and happy or rich and unhappy. It is a 2x2 quadrant. It is a 2x2 matrix. I could be poor and unhappy or poor and happy. I could be rich and unhappy or rich and happy. Don't knock until you try quadrant 4. Highly recommend it. Shake it off, shake it off. You okay? Shake it off.
No, I'm okay.
Shake it off. Okay, okay. Deep breath, deep breath. I am here now. We're here now. We're in the temple of opulence.
I'm okay.
Okay. Nobody's starving. I might be the most hungry person in the room. Okay. Okay. So your beliefs are showing.
There was your rule.
Huh?
There was your rule to not eat it here.
I know. This is so that we can connect with the poor people. Yes. So, did you just see a belief that you have about money and happiness? Did you just notice that there is likely an inverse correlation? The more money I have, the less happy I will be. I have some negative beliefs about more money. The more money I have, the more shit I gotta deal with. I used to have a simple life. I would frolic through Europe with a backpack with no money. All I needed was a bocadillo, a piece of bread and a cheese, and I'll be fine, and grab a guitar and we'll sing to each other under the stars. Now, I'm at Experience House getting calls from my lawyer and my bookkeeper and my accountant because my holding company is holding my operating company, and my operating company has me as an employee so I can minimize taxes, and whew, it gets complicated. I wouldn't mind just burning it all down so I can be happy again. My beliefs are showing. Yeah?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So how do you manage money?
How do I manage money? As my Persian father would say, very carefully. What makes you ask that question?
Because I would like to learn how do you manage money.
Well, let's start with the fundamental principle of mindset management. Mindset management is you feeling good is the most important thing. So I will add a little nuance to your question. How do you manage money in a way that feels good? Okay, let's do that. So money flows in and money flows out. I grew up feeling that money flowing out hurts because my dad would say, you never know when it's going to run out. You never know when it's going to run out. Little did I know he was enchanting me with an incantation, a mantra, you never know, you never know, you never know. Bubba, I absolutely know. I am financially free, I'm very proud to say. I have achieved financial freedom. And it happened in an instant. I sat down with my financial advisor and I said, I would like to build a nest egg of $3 million. And I would like to live off of the interest without touching the principal. I said, what's a fair interest rate that you can assume that you can produce for me consistently? And he said, I'm certain we can do 10% a year. I said, great, $3 million a year, 10% a year, that's $300,000 a year. I can live off of that. I can go to Experience House, I could have a nice car, I could have a nice house, I could feed my kids, and I could have a medium to expensive girlfriend. $300,000 ain't getting you those expensive girlfriends, but like some medium to expensive girlfriend, okay? And so he asked me, how much can you save every month? And I said, I can save $2,000 a month. It's a bit of a stretch, but I can do it. And he entered some information into his computer and he flipped his laptop around and he showed me this curve that went from 0 to $3 million. And he says, we're gonna get you there, and this is the plan. Save $2,000 a month for 42 years. And this was 5 years ago, and I was like, bro, I was thinking like 2 years. Like, can you redo the math for like 2 or 3 years? So he redid the math. For 3 years, to save $3 million, I would need to save about $100,000 a month. And I was like, damn it. Neither of those plans are working for me right now. So I just went back to making money and spending money. And what I learned from my dad was make as much as you can, spend as little as you can, and you can't do better than that. You're already making as much as you can. You're already spending as little as you can. How could you do better than that? That's the plan, right? Makes sense. I was definitely working as hard as I could. I was trying to spend as little as I could. I wasn't like being loose with the money. But then I met someone who gave me the secret, the code to financial freedom, and I will give it to you now, if you want it. But once you hear this, you can't unhear it. Would you like to have financial freedom? Say yes. Yes. Financial freedom is the absolute, total faith that you will always be able to produce and create more resources than you need. Completely, certainly, absolutely faithful that you can always will produce more resources than you need. You'll always have more than you need. That's what allowed me to get in the taxi with no money in my pocket going to the Medina. The whole day with the dancers and the hammam and my shopping list and everything. I just knew we're going to figure something out. Because I got that financial freedom. So how do you manage money? Well, you manage money in a way that makes you feel good. So first let's talk about spending money. Spending money, the life of the money, it's now flowing over there. I think of myself as a conduit for the energy. The energy comes to me and it flows through me and it feels great. All of the money that comes to me flows through me. And I flow it to organic groceries at my favorite health food store. And I flow it to the coach that I love working with, and I'm so happy that she gets to take her trip to Tulum and find herself again, but that's where the money's going. And I love flowing my money to high quality fabrics. And I love flowing because all the money that comes to me flows through me and it feels good. All right, so I don't buy stuff that doesn't make me feel good. Now, I do the gut check system. The gut check system is like where I pull out my balance on my bank account and I look at it and I go, yeah, we can swing it. Feels good, okay? Now, this gets you in trouble when you have bigger numbers in your business because you look at the money in the bank, you're like, yeah, okay, we got money, we can buy the thing, and then you get this tax bill for $120,000. You're like, what the fuck? Or you get all these bills coming, you're like, holy shit, I had $50,000 in my bank account yesterday. That was more than my annual salary, and now I have a $70,000 invoice? What the fuck? So that's why you gotta start like forecasting. So the gut check thing works when you're at like level 1. More sophisticated form, and I don't personally do this, is to take the money and put it into different bank accounts. 10% over here for savings, 10% over here for investing. Now what I do have is automatically $1,000 a week I'm investing into a tax advantage savings account in Canada. So $52,000 a year saved no matter what. Boom, like clockwork. That's on the spending side. I spend when it feels good. I got the most expensive brunch in all of Africa on Sunday. At the nicest hotel in all of Africa on Sunday. That wasn't spending money. That was what? Investing in my vibe. I can still feel that expensive food in me now. It's become me. It's literally become me, that food. How does that make you feel, by the way? How many hungry...
That too, so.
Yeah. You do that too?
Yeah, sometimes.
But what about the fact that you could eat a can of beans and feed 1,000 Moroccans?
I help the way I can, but I don't burn money. That's different.
Okay, your beliefs are showing. Your beliefs are showing. You're right, you don't burn money. So you don't set money on fire, but you spend it. Is there a difference?
I invest in my well-being.
Okay.
But that's not good.
What if you lose the money? What if you're walking along and you stick your hand in your pocket and the money falls out and it's eaten by a bird? Does that feel as bad as the fire?
I have a my specific relationship with money.
Yes, you do.
I do believe
Yes,
that
you
it
do.
comes and goes, and I have faith that I will be always taken care of.
Well, since you have a certain relationship with money, it's time for an intervention. Now, I offered this intervention to someone, and they said yes. If you're in that room, raise your hand, because I forgot who you are. Was it you? Intervention? With, like Dr. Phil?
No, I don't think you said intervention.
Okay, would you like to
You
have...
used that word. Type of intervention.
Yeah.
You definitely said you were going to help me.
Let's do you. Can we do you? Can we do you?
Sure.
Okay. I need that couch. Can you guys bring that couch up here?
Okay, can I pee? I'm gonna pee.
Okay, you're peeing. Okay, take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick break. Gentlemen, can I get your attention? Or if you do need to talk, can you just do it outside? No, cool. All right. This is your relationship with money intervened, Dr. Phil style. Does everyone know what Dr. Phil is? Does anybody not know what Dr. Phil is? You don't know? Okay. I wasn't sure when I was writing the description. I wrote Dr. Phil. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Oh, okay. Nobody's perfect. That's what the French man called Pierre said. I said, we're French. He said, nobody's perfect. Anyway. So Dr. Phil, he's a daytime television interview host, and he interviews like people who have problems with their lives. And so we're going to go like this. This is Monica. And imagine this is Monica's money. Okay? And in the pink seat is an observer, a neutral observer. Yes? Yes? You want to, okay, come sit as the observer. Okay, so Monica, you have a relationship with money, don't you? Okay, we're going to have a conversation about that relationship, okay? I'm going to be like your therapist. Okay, so this is money, and I want you to talk to money and tell me what has been your relationship with money. What's money like? And just look right at the money and talk to it.
I just feel like you come really fast and then you go really fast. And you're very unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like how in moments I felt insecure about you. And I've really appreciated you as well because I've traveled because of you. I've eaten good food. I've written records because of you. I've produced great work because of you. But like you're really unstable and like you really love being super high and then suddenly low. And that doesn't really make me feel safe. So, yeah. Should I keep going?
Anything else? Has money hurt you?
Money has hurt. Yes, you've hurt me. There's a lot of childhood stuff around you that I've like really worked on.
What was the time that?
Always more to work on.
What was the thing that money hurt you the most for? About?
I'd say the thing that hurt me the most with money is the way that my dad treated me in relationship with you, or used you to hurt me.
Okay.
Or make me feel disempowered.
Okay. Please take a seat here.
Yeah.
Can you sit over there? You're going to be Monica now. Okay, this is Monica, and your money.
Yeah.
Hold this. Okay. Money, talk to Monica.
It wasn't my fault.
What have you noticed about this relationship?
Well, the first thing I noticed was that she was talking to a bucket.
Yeah.
And
Fancy ass bucket. That's what you call a bucket.
a very
Like a rich bucket.
a super fancy bucket, which I thought was really interesting because we, as an artist, I recognize the tendency to imprint human emotions onto something, and to personify something, and this is part of the exercise. But it's also interesting to be like having all these feelings and relationships with what is essentially a fancy bucket, or a fancy bucket filled with paper, and I think that there's something very interesting there. I think also what I observed was a lot of the pain that you felt was actually not caused by money, but by, it was about the relationship to your dad, which I identify with very strongly. I have very much the same thing. It's not actually money. Money has just been the go-between. And I also saw that when you took the money's perspective, it was much lighter and much easier, and it didn't feel so mysterious as to why money is the way it is. But it didn't feel like a scary, volatile, toxic friend. And instead, it was like, hey, meet me where I'm at. And actually, I want you to feel good. I want to be a part of your life in a really positive way. Which is really beautiful. And it's like, wow, that actually sounds like a pretty good friend.
Beautiful. Wow. Let's give them a round of applause. Please take your seats. Okay, so let's review. Money is what?
Just money.
Good thing I'm
Rich.
rich. There's always more
Money.
money. Okay. Currency. Currency flows. Cash.
The current flows.
Currency flows. Cash is the
Rolls
physical
everything
representation of money. All right? Here's my wish for you. My wish is that you never forget how rich you are. My wish is that you never forget how rich you are. My wish is that you remember that you're worth at least $400 million. My wish is that you pay very close attention to the words that you use, because your beliefs are expressed through your words, and you can change your beliefs by changing the words that you choose. When you say, I can't afford it, stop. What am I really saying? It's not a priority. Okay? I'm not worth it. It hurts, but maybe that is the underlying belief, yes? Okay. So I know some of these beliefs are upsetting. You can always take them off. They're just beliefs. They don't even need to be true. Choose the ones that make you feel good. Choose the ones that make you feel rich, and you will be more wealthy and more abundant. That's all the time I have for now. I'm happy to meet with you one-on-one afterwards, and I want to make some space for JC. So you're invited to use the most opulent bathroom in town. You're welcome to stay if you like, and I'm complete. Thank you.